So guys, I get a lot of messages on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all the social medias from different artists asking me different questions. And whenever people ask me these questions, I always look at it as an opportunity to create a tutorial video that can help not only that person that asked the question, can help as many people as possible. So recently I got a DM on Instagram from an artist, NT. I hope I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, I apologize. I swear, me and names, sometimes they don't get along. Anyway, this artist asked me about doing another tutorial on lips and body proportions. So that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to be working on proportions and we're going to be working on lips one more time. All right, guys, let's go. Hey fam, before we get started with today's video, I just want you guys to know that we're almost to 1,000 subscribers, and I couldn't have done that without you guys. You guys have been real active in the comments lately, a lot of good conversations going on, so just want to say I appreciate you guys so much, and please continue liking and sharing these videos all over the internet. Also, please consider going over to the Patreon and choosing a level that works for you, because those monthly donations go directly to the studio and helps keep us making videos that I think that are very important for artists and black artists in particular. So without further ado, let's get on to the tutorial. Alright fam, so we're about to start this tutorial, and I definitely want to talk to you guys about drawing proper proportions and drawing lips again. But one of the things I did want to address is a mistake I'm seeing a lot of young artists make, and actually we all make it. Pretty much all of us make it. It's a drawing mistake. If we kind of address now, it's going to actually help you moving forward with your art style. So basically what I mean is a lot of artists, they kind of, when they first start drawing, they start drawing with these little tick marks, tick, 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 right? And basically that's the sign of an artist that's not confident. What you want to do is you want to go for these little tick marks to nice, beautiful strokes. Why strokes? It's sort of a way of you channeling your confidence in your art. That's the best way I can put it. So confident artists, even if we don't even know where we're going with the stroke lines, we just draw with stroke. And what are strokes? Well, strokes is you take your pen, pencil, whatever, find a point, you pull down, and you just kind of stroke the line out. You don't have to do the exaggerated English that I did. That's just for example purposes. But basically you just pull and stroke. I want you guys to start trying to move to strokes instead of little tick ornament ticks, because that's what's really going to help bring you to the next level as an artist. It sounds silly at first, I know. Pretty much when you go to college, they're going to beat it out of you anyway, so might as well get you guys started now. Alright guys, so when you're drawing proportions, always understand that everything is measured by the size of your head. And what does that mean? Basically, average human being is 6 heads tall, 6.5, something like that. Superheroes, we go with a more exaggerated proportion of 8 heads tall. So in that realm, heads, it just basically means that if everything falls within the 6 to 8 head line, that means your characters are pretty much in proportion. And it doesn't matter if it's a male or a female character. Females are always 6 heads to 8 heads tall, depending on if they're a normal person, a human, or a superhero. Male characters, normal, superhero, 6 to 8 heads tall. What it does mean is that if a woman character, of course, is shorter than the male character, then obviously you're going to show that height difference. There's still, even in that height difference, the woman, even if she's shorter than the man, she's still going to be 6 to 8 heads tall, and the man is going to be 6 to 8 heads tall. So always remember that and keep that in mind when you're drawing people and drawing them in relation to each other. So the head measurement is basically only for making sure that your proportions are correct. It's not something that determines height or anything like that. And I don't even know if I have to make that make that apparent to people, but just in case that's what you were thinking, I want to put that out your head. Now, one of the ways that I find easiest to make sure that you always nail your proportions. Never draw the head first. I know a lot of people say, well, you got to draw the head first. When I was in school, a long time ago, and when I was in school, it was frowned upon to draw the head first. And the reason that was given, which is actually a valid reason to this very, very day, is that if you draw the head first, then you're more likely to end up drawing your characters out of proportion. Which sounds weird, but think about it. If you're measuring in head sizes, if you draw everything else first and then you draw the head, if you draw it too big, you'll notice it right off the bat. If you draw it too small, you'll notice it right off the bat. So you're more likely to draw a proper proportioned head because you'll already know how the body is built. And this works for characters with exaggerated proportions. Like, we say the standard is 6 to 8, but sometimes you may draw a hulking character, and that character could only be 5 heads tall because of just how big they are and how massive they are, because they may have a smaller or larger head. So those are always things that you have to keep in mind. Now here's where your line quality comes into play, because I've found in my life, when I'm actually really doing my studies and everything like that and really trying to learn proportions and get it down just perfectly pat, this is why using strokes is very important, because if you use strokes, it helps loosen you up, free your mind, so you're really looking at everything kind of as a flow. And it's weird when you first do it, but when you first master it, man, it just helps with you getting your proportions on point. Once again, just remember, guys, 6 to 8 heads, average human 6, superhero 8. Draw the body first, body, legs, or at least get a good sense of it, and of course draw the head last. Now, I will also say rules are made to be broken, and once you kind of learn this, if you draw the head first, it's not really as bad a deal once you kind of are confident in your art. But when you're first learning, don't draw the head first. At least try not to. Once you've kind of got it down and you're good, yeah, you can draw the head first. But again, when you draw the head first, then you're going to have to be really, really cognizant of your proportions and how they work in relation to your character, to the head of the character, because you drew the head first. So yeah, rules are made to be broken, but at the same time, make sure that you're really considering that moving forward. All right. Now, when it comes to drawing lips, I was really trying to figure out the best way to help you guys out with drawing lips, and especially with drawing lips on black people or people from ethnic background that may have a larger set of lips, or even people with thinner lips. And what I stumbled upon is that when you're drawing lips, if you look at the green line that I'm using, the green line is literally breaking the lip down into different shapes. So the way that I draw lips sometimes is it's a series of rectangles and triangles that are kind of curved to do exactly what I want them to do. And then the bottom lip is normally a nice kind of extended oval, which kind of works to my advantage. The reason why you guys want to break things down into different shapes, especially if you're having a hard time with lips, is because it gives you blocks to build on, to then draw your lips over and to make things look a little bit better. So if you're having a hard time getting lips to the fullness or to the thinness that you need it to be, break it all down into just the basic shapes: rectangles, ovals, squares, triangles, those types of things. And then build your line over that and then curve it however you need it to curve. That I find works, especially if it's something that I'm trying to figure out. I normally do that, especially with foreshortening. I'll just break it down into different cylinders and squares and cubes and all that type of stuff. That's, when I'm doing foreshortening or something like that. If you're having trouble drawing lips, break it down into those basic geometric shapes, and you should be able to get the lips that you want. I still pretty much draw my lips the exact same way. Don't really connect them edges just because that's just my style. There are people that do, it works. And even sometimes I do, just to be different. So practice, practice, practice. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You gotta practice.
We talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
And if you do that, you're going to end up drawing a beautiful set of lips. Alright fam, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share this all over the internet. And if you're new here, I hope you like what you saw, and I just like to say, hey, what's up? And I like doing that. And of course, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel and help us grow, get to 1,000 and then, you know, to 10,000, to 50,000 and beyond. That would be great. That really would be great. And then we can really do some things. If you guys want to get in touch with me, you can always reach me at DKG72 on Twitter and Instagram. And I also have a Facebook fan page and a TikTok, that's David Gordon 72. And if you really like what you see, once again, head over to the Patreon, choose a tier on Patreon, and hopefully, you know, your donations really help the channel thrive and survive. Alright guys, so I hope this helped out with any questions that you have, and if you have more questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments, let me know, and we'll go right back over and we're gonna work things out until you guys feel comfortable drawing lips and drawing with proper proportions. Alright y'all, it's your boy DKG72, and I'll holler at y'all next video. Peace.